Okay. All right. To begin the episode, I personally am pretty excited because I've always envisioned something like this.
Yep.
Something where I get to share, where I have a conversation with you, like for the people to see, So starting off, there's kind of, for this episode, I kind of just want to go and talk about like our story and how we met and how everything started. And then also set intentions. For me, the idea for this podcast was, okay, so I know it's good for us to sit down and have a conversation, which has been hard with the baby and just living life. And I know that every time we have like an intentional conversation, it's been really good.
Like we both get a lot from it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and like understand each other.
Yeah, much more.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I want to do that now, but with more intention. So and I personally just think, well, why not just record it? Why not just set time, and on top of that, record it, because I think it'd be dope for like Jediah to watch this in the future.
And for us to like be able to reflect on it too, like years from now or a few months from now, we can see where we were at.
Mm-hmm.
And how much like growth we've made.
Yeah. How do you feel about, like, what was your intention? Because I know you told me you wanted to, so what made you want to do it?
So, oh my God, I feel weird.
It's okay.
What was my intention?
You don't remember?
Take it. Well, it's like, I think I wanted to do this. I know what we have, it's like it's pretty unique. The way we just move through life and like whatever gets thrown our way. We just go about things way differently than I feel like the normal person would. And maybe to some people, it can be a little like scary. And I think I just want to share our story with others and let them know that like it's okay to be you and like just trust what feels right with you, and just like allow others to see a different style of relationship, because I know out there like there's a lot of just like it's like a lot of the same thing that you see. I don't know how to word that.
Yeah, just the same thing.
Yeah.
It's very...
But this is like literally just more so for ourselves. And yeah, we just thought that it'd be a good idea to like share it with people. That's what we felt. So we're going with it.
Yeah.
And see where we go.
Yeah, because also it's kind of hard right now for me to even think about how... Like right now, I just want this even setup is like a mic and like in your room.
It's pretty cool.
It's all right.
What do you mean?
It's all right. It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
Actually, we're doing pretty good for what we have. We're doing what we can with what we have, and that's all that matters.
That's what you gotta do.
That's what you gotta do if you want to make it happen. Yeah, but for me, it's like, no, for me, for my goals. Like, I just want to have this, like, just start it, make it happen. It's going to be good for our relationship anyways, for sure, because we're going to have something to talk about every week. And if we don't, then we'll have the opportunity to explore then, Mm-hmm. And I know that you as just a person are just, like, different. You just, like, I can come to you and you actually understand me, which is something that I find very essential, very important to my just like my well-being. and and I think for my there's also more for like my past self. So for the person, because I would also look at relationships and I'll be like, I don't know about that. Like there's like spiritual relationships, and there will be some things where I'll be like, that kind of doesn't really sound right to me.
What do
Um,
you mean?
I just think that there's a lot of people that label themselves as spiritual and in like their relationship is spiritual, but it's not really. For me, I see a marriage as something that's supposed to be about bettering yourself and then also bettering the people around you. And it's also, and that's something we're gonna go into, I feel like, but it's also about just following your desires and and having and being that person that allows for the other person to follow their desires too. So when we're talking about like spirituality, I have this idea of what a marriage is supposed to be like, and I don't see it anywhere. Is what I'm saying. I'm just
And is that what you're trying to do, like with us, like bring it out? Or are you,
well, I just feel like what I have is fulfilling. Like what we have is fulfilling for me, and even before we got married, like I would mention to you like what marriage meant to me, and I feel like a lot of people just don't get married that way, you know?
oh, now they do.
Yeah, nobody like that I know of. And so yeah, so that's to like preface everything. Like the way we move, like you said, is not the way a lot of people move.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that within itself has a lot of value for people, because then for those who want to take the risk or wonder whether, hey, what's outside of the common like societal
And
like
not even the comment, it's just like about them looking at their like lives and they feel an urge to like want to know what's on the other side, like just go for it because you won't know unless you know,
Mhm.
you know. And that's very much so what happened like with us, and now we're here.
Yeah. So now I think we should go into the story then, because then we're ready to talk about it. I'm gonna give what I think is relevant, and then you could add. So I met Liz in January of 2023. Yeah, and that was like 1 month after my breakup that I had like with my previous girlfriend, and so that within itself is really different because I proposed to you like 2 weeks after I met you, and then just like
Mm,
one,
two
two,
weeks?
around, yeah, 2, 3 weeks,
Yeah, about.
yeah, 2, 3 weeks. So like those two things, I feel like are already kind of like, whoa, like what are you doing, bro? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, like a lot of people find that crazy, and things weren't perfect, obviously, but like something that I like find so like important was the fact that you were able to trust me and I was able to trust you. Like I just knew like in that moment when I was talking to you, I was like, whoa, like okay, this is who I am, and I just told you what I wanted in my life and what I was looking for, and you were just able to be like, and you were just like, well, yeah, like I'm literally like this, like you would literally like mirror that back to me. And you're like, yeah, I want that too. And even like some like conclusions that I reached. I remember you asked me about kids, I think. And I was like, yeah, I used to want to have like 5, but I just realized I just wanted to like 2, and I'll be happy with that. And you were like, yeah, I was the same. Yeah. And we had some we met at a dance congress, and I think one of the first things that I just asked you was just about spirituality, and also I asked you like where your parents are from, and so her mom is from Veracruz, which is where my parents are from, and then another synchronicity was your like my brother's name is Anthony, and then your brother's name is Anthony, your
Cousins.
cousin slash brother, yeah, And they're both the same age.
Yeah,
My
there's
brothers.
just like a lot of things that connected, that like a lot of similarities
Yeah.
in our lives. And the other one was like your birthday and
Oh, yeah.
me celebrating my quinceañera years ago on his birthday.
Yeah, so
So that just made us like, oh, like wow, like what are the odds, you know, like all of these synchronicities.
yeah, synchronicities, coincidences.
Coincidences.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think? Is there anything else you want to add that you think would
To
be
like the beginning.
that would be, like
Well,
be
like,
weird or different?
yeah, when I met him, oh my god, what would I say? Like I had seen him at previous congresses like the year before, but we only danced and we never like really interacted or engaged or anything. It was just dance. And then I remember following someone on Instagram and she reposted. It was Bob. I love you. If you watch this, please take it off.
No, yeah, we'll keep it. We'll keep it in for a moment.
Yeah, so she reposted one of his Instagram posts where he was talking about like spirituality. I don't know what, but it was a few of them, and I came across it. And at that point, at that time in my life, I was really into like doing like work to heal myself. Like I was doing a lot of breath work, just meditating and just trying to heal myself and getting more into spirituality. And so, yeah, like it caught my attention. So I followed his page and then that was that. Fast forward to January. I was walking down the I was walking
Down the hall.
down the hall, and then he was like with his friends, and it was just like a coincidence in that moment how we just like saw each other, and like I recognized him right away, and I don't know if you recognized me, and we just said hi, and
Yeah.
then
Well, the thing was, because I remember you followed me, and I was like, who? Like, I feel like I know this person, but I don't know who it is. And like your profile was private, so I was like, I don't, because I was my girlfriend at the time too, so I just didn't really want to. I just didn't want to look, like, I just don't really. I didn't care to look. Yeah. But I was curious because like, where have I seen her? And then at one point I was like, wait, and then I lost it and then I was like, was she like at the dance congress? And then when I saw you in person, I was like, oh, I remember. And so that's when I remembered, like, that we danced. Yeah, like the various congresses, like the two.
before.
Yeah. So that's when I like clicked.
Yeah. And then so that weekend he like reached out to me trying to get to know each other more, but it just didn't really happen until like the last night, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he was trying to practice
Yeah, I was trying to practice some dance moves.
Some dance moves we learned from the workshop, but so
do it.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, for that weekend, that's when like we actually got to know each other, and when it came to the social night, we like sat outside. It was like, was it Sunday?
I think so.
I think so.
Yeah,
it was like the last day.
Night.
And I feel like I'm giving like so many details.
A little bit, but it's fine. I think the way
we can like cut this up, right?
We can, but I don't think I will. I don't think I will. I will see.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe.
I think it's good.
Okay.
I think it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Well, anyways, the point is, we got to know each other that last night, and then he stayed with his friends an extra night on Monday, and we spent like most of that day together, just like roaming the city and just roaming the city and like getting to know each other. And actually that night we went to another social, and that's when, remember, we like went into the car and we just like had like a super deep like conversation and just got to know each other like a lot more. And that's where we noticed that like a lot of our values and like just morals and what we're looking for in relationships and like for our life and just like long-term partners, we just like, it was like a puzzle piece. We just like,
Yeah, she was just super, super in line with what I wanted, and I think, yeah, after my breakup, I just really sat down and wrote down who I wanted to, like, what kind of person I wanted in my life to be my partner, and I knew for sure I wanted a wife, and so that's kind of like the energy that I was calling forward. And when I sat down with her, she was just like every, like, bullet point like hit.
and it's like we weren't checking off a freaking list. It was just very natural, like the way it happened.
Yeah, it was supernatural. It
Like,
was supernatural because I was like, crazy how this is like this person exists, because she wanted the same things that I wanted, and we wanted, like, the main thing that I walked away from was, okay, I want to have kids. I want to have a relationship where we're growing. It's based off growth, not like priority is growth, and I also want to dance, and just like express myself, and she wanted like the same things, so like from there I went back home to Arizona, and I think, yeah, I just was just thinking about it, and then I think a few weeks later that's when I proposed.
yeah, the funny thing I find is that he went back to Arizona and he was like, you were like, oh yeah, can I message you like in a week or so? Is that okay with you? Like you were planning to talk to me until a week after, but you couldn't even.
Yeah, I couldn't. I don't think I even.
Wait, it was like 2 days.
Because I don't even know what was it. I think I just wanted some space to think.
Yeah.
To think about things, and then I was.
Yeah, and like at that time, I wasn't really looking for a relationship or anything. I was just wanting to like continue like healing myself and focusing on myself, and I was like gonna use that year to grow. Like I had a set plan for myself, that I wanted like to travel, and I just wanted to focus on dance a lot more and just like go into like spirituality or whatever like was calling me, just go get into that more. But like life definitely had other plans for us and for myself, and yeah.
Yeah, cause I also, yeah, I mean, it, like, to me it just happened, to be honest. Like it happened very quickly, and I wasn't really looking for it. Like I was asking for it, but I was like,
Yeah, me too. I was like, whenever I would think of like wanting to be in a relationship or wanting to be with someone, I would like envision the person who I wanted to be and like the kind of relationship I wanted to have. But that outside of like searching, I like didn't do that. And it just came to me. And that's, yeah, it just happened naturally.
yeah, yeah. It's crazy because I don't even know. I think I mentioned this to some friends, and I was just like she's just like the female version of me, and that's kind of too, how do I say this? It might sound a little too extreme in a way, like, bruh, like how, but in terms of like your values and how you approach life, like that was just where I was at, um and I think another thing was that whole month before all that happened, like I went through like phases of, like, freaking, what is it called? when somebody like dies or something,
Mm.
phases of what's it called? It starts with the G.
Um,
Grief. Grief. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
mhm.
5 stages of grief, whatever. And so I was going through this thing, letting go of my ex, and then I think I reached it like a week before that. Like I was in this state of just pure like I'm I want what I want. Like if I know there's a girl that I like, I'm gonna let her know, and like I'm gonna go for it, and I don't care. And like and then I was at this place also where I was like, you know what? It can happen tomorrow. It could literally happen tomorrow. I'll meet the woman of my dreams. That could literally happen tomorrow. So I was like, and then I was also in the state where I didn't care if it happened. Like I could wait 10 years or something. It was so. Oh, was it fine?
Why?
I don't know. Um,
Jenny's diapers.
I know. Um, yeah. So I was just like, okay, like if it can happen tomorrow, but I can also wait like 10 years, and I think that's the biggest thing for me because when people speak on the law of attraction, like that's how it felt. Like it was just, and then there you were, like literally, like right there, like within the month, just how you wanted it, you know. Like that's how like the universe was talking to me.
Yeah.
Um, but let's get into how how things went, like reacted, like the
Okay.
reaction and everything.
So it was pretty rough on my end. Not a lot of people were on board or like supported the decisions we made, especially like on how things were made because everything happened so fast. Like he mentioned, he proposed to me and it was over the phone.
Yeah, I know.
And I literally was pulling up like to my house and on the phone with him and he said that and I was like, wait, what? Like I was like yes, but what is going on right now? Like I don't know. I was very excited, but like so many emotions, but I was like, yeah, like because I truly like felt that I wanted to be with him like and marry him. And not just like to be married, like I was one to always say like I don't care to get married, I don't want to get married, but it's more like I just want to commit to this person because if I already feel like this deep connection with him, like why not just like share it like to the world and just make it known that like we are choosing to be one. Um and yeah, so like at that time I was like, yeah, like I wanted to marry. I mean, I said yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then so I shared the news with my parents because I think you did it in February. Yeah,
I don't remember.
maybe like early Feb.
Mm-hmm.
And like I I told my parents and I was like I met this guy and I don't know, I don't think I said it all. No, at first I told them like that I met this guy and just told them, you know, like I met somebody, like he's really cool, blah blah blah. And then the week that I was going to Arizona
Mm-hmm.
for Oasis weekend,
Mm-hmm.
I think that's when I told them.
Mm-hmm.
Like that week or a little before, like the week before, that's when I told them like, I'm gonna marry him. And they were like, what? Like, are you crazy? We don't even know who this person is. He could be like a kidnapper, God knows what. Like, like yeah,
physically abusive.
yeah, like you don't know this person. We don't know this person. Like, what are you doing? And I knew what they were saying, but at the same time, like I felt like I knew him way more than I really did. You know, then like I know that we met each other a month ago, but I felt that our connection like went way back. And that was me just trusting myself and yeah, just going for what I felt was genuinely right for me. And so I had like my my cousins like on my side supporting me, but they were also kind of like, girl, what are you doing? Like, are you crazy? But I just like would explain myself to them, and then they would like be on board and they would see where I was coming from. But when it came to like my family, like my parents, they were just like, what, like, no, like, you better not do this. But we did it. And then we have a baby. No. But yeah, so that weekend I went up to Arizona, and there's like this dance event going on, and we got married.
Yeah.
And like it came back, and that was that. Like my parents were still like, I can't believe you did it. But since I did it, since we got married and I went through with it, they were kind of like more relaxed in a way, because they saw that I went to Arizona. Mind you, it was like my first time flying solo anywhere to a whole new state. I don't know anyone or anything else. So it was like very scary on their end for their daughter to do that. But on my end, I was like, la, living my best life. But yeah, I came back, and they were still kind of like, so what now? Because they still didn't know him. And then I had also told them that I wanted to move with him to Arizona. And that was like another thing. But now that we're married, they were kind of more accepting of it. It was just a matter of getting to know him. And when they did, they were like relax, because they saw you were just a super chill person, and they like really liked him. At least my parents.
Yeah, at least your parents.
At least my parents, because some others were still
Not really about it.
we're not about it at all. But that's okay. You know, not everyone's going to always agree with the way you move in life, but as long as you're okay with it and the person
Yeah,
you're with.
how like for you, how was it to be like how were you so certain? Like what made you so certain?
What?
What made you so certain that I was the person that you wanted to be with, or that this was the right move?
It was
Because to some people they could be like, oh my god, you sound like this girl that's in love, like love at first sight, and now I think
it wasn't even like love at first sight. Like it wasn't that.
Yeah.
Because
I don't believe in that.
And it wasn't like, oh my god, I'm like head over heels for this guy. Like there's nobody like you,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
But it was more so like the connection that we were able to like have with
Yeah.
just the amount of time that we knew each other. And it's not even the time.
We just connected so deeply.
Yeah, it's not even the time. It's just the connections, the conversations, like the way we
the understanding,
the way we vibed.
Yeah.
It was just like nothing that I've ever experienced. And not just that, but I can actually feel and see myself like standing next to you for like our lives and just creating and growing together.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was more so of like what I felt like internally.
Yeah, and I think this is the hard part for a lot of people.
Which that's why a lot of people just couldn't understand me.
Yeah.
Because
they didn't know you. They didn't know you.
They didn't know me, and they didn't know what I had like been doing. Like nobody really around me, like my close people, knew about like healing or just like meditating, and that really connects to where I'm at now, because it like allowed me to pave that path for myself, like just become who I am today, and just like be more self-aware of who I am, and like yeah, like I want to see when he's crying.
I know. Well, we can wrap this up in 5 minutes. We're pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah. I think. Okay. I think that the last thing I would just want to add is that a lot of people will find this hard to understand unless they understand themselves. Like for me, it's about your heart. Like seeing yourself, seeing your heart, seeing who you truly are inside, and then navigating from there. And for me, like before I met her, like I was in pain, but that pain just showed me that if you don't listen to yourself, you're just gonna continue to be in more pain. And um and so as I kept going deeper and deeper into this world that was completely unknown, like continuing to like pursue like what I loved and just continuing to put myself out there, I ended up finding her. And I think that's kind of like my intention, like the message I want to bring, which is how can you, as a person, if you were looking for somebody or you're looking for this kind of relationship, but I think the thing that we've constantly kind of like come back to, you and I, is how we first were there before we met each other. I feel like you were in a place where you were content, and then I was in a place where I was content. But baby's crying, so
Like really bad.
we have to go. Thank you guys for listening. Okay.
We'll be back.
Thank you.